Hi B6 friends, welcome to week 3 of distance learning. This is our math lesson. Now if we were to go in order, we would keep going with lesson 6-9 and then 6-10 and then 6-11. However, I decided it made more sense to go backwards. So today, Monday, we are starting with lesson 6-11 right here. And then tomorrow, we'll do 6-10, Wednesday we'll do 6-9, and then we'll be back on track. To me, it just made more sense to do it this way. So I wanted to remind you of a couple of things. Remember, we are now going to be shifting back to subtraction. Subtraction from 3-digit numbers. And I wanted to remind you about a couple of things. In subtraction with 3-digit numbers or with 2-digit numbers like we did in the past, remember that we've got to ask ourselves some questions first, because sometimes the bottom number is going to be bigger than the top number and we'll have to ungroup. Remember that term? So as we look at this, I wanted to review these questions. Remember, when we see a subtraction problem with 2 or 3 digits, we have to ask ourselves first, in the ones, is the bottom number bigger? Gotta ask that first. If the answer is no, if the bottom number is not bigger, just go ahead and subtract the ones. But if the answer is yes, you'll have to ungroup the tens. And after you do that and you get ready to subtract in the tens, you'll ask yourselves question number 2. In the tens, is the bottom number bigger? Because sometimes it's going to be. So if it is, then yes, you have to ungroup the hundreds. If it's not bigger in the tens, you can just go ahead and subtract in the tens. Let's do one of these as an example. So I want to remind you, this is the short way to do it. I'm looking at the ones. In the ones, is the bottom number bigger? Yes, it is. So my 3 is going to become a, whoa. Just made a mistake. Sorry, guys. It is, so I'm going to go to the tens. In the tens, I'm going to ungroup the 9, make it an 8, and I'm going to bring 10 ones over to the ones. Remember this? Good thing Mrs. L does, because I almost forgot there. Okay, I'm going to add my tens to the ones, and that gives me 13. Remember, we practiced circling that number because we're going to get a lot of activity going on up here. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract the ones, and then I'll be done with the ones. 13 take away 7 is 6. Now I'm going to focus on the tens. In the tens, here's my question 2. In the tens, is the bottom number bigger? Yes, it is. So I'm going to go to my hundreds. I'm going to ungroup my 400s into 300s, and I'm going to bring 10 over. Now I've got 18 take away 9, and that answer is 9, and 3 take away nothing is 3. So remember, that's the short way. Now I wanted to remind you or show you how we can do the long way. So as we look at this problem, 432 minus 273. First step, ask yourself the question in the one, sorry, I'm gonna back up again. Boy, I gotta refresh even my memory, don't I? Doing it the long way, I am going to draw it out first. So remember, if I spread it out and use a lot of space, then it's going to be easier for me to see what I'm drawing. So I drew out 4 hundreds, 3 tens, and 2 ones. And I drew out 2 hundreds, 7 tens, and 3 ones. Okay, so I drew everything out. Remember, I'm subtracting now. So I'm going to look in my ones. Is the bottom number bigger? Yes. If I've got only 2 ones, Can I take away 3 ones? No, I only have 2. So I'm going to come to my tens, and I'm going to bring that over here, and I'm going to separate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I took a 10 and I ungrouped it and I brought it over here. Now all of these are on the top and these are on the bottom. Now I can take away 3. 1, 2, 3. Now remember, I'm not counting these. I'm taking these away from the top because this is subtraction. And when I take them away from the top, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left. Okay, I am done with my ones. In my tens, I now have 2 tens on the top and 7 tens on the bottom. In the tens, is the bottom number bigger? Yes, I've got 7 tens. I can't take it away from 2 tens, so I'm going to take my 100 and I'm going to break it apart and bring it over to the tens. And I'm going to make 10. Now, I can't count this one. This one's gone. That's over here. I'm going to add 10 from the hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, remember, these are the ones I'm going to take away. I have to take away 7. Okay, I'm going to cross them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens are left. Now I'm going to take away my hundreds. 3 hundreds take away 2 hundreds is 100. So this answer is 159. And I'm going to put that right over here. Okay, now let's look at that the short way. Same problem, 432 minus 273. This was the long way where we draw it out, and this is the short way. Gotta ask my questions. In the ones, is the bottom number bigger? Yes. Do I need to ungroup to get 10 ones? Yes, I do. So I'm going to take my 3 tens, make it 2 tens, and I'm going to bring 10 over to the ones. I'm going to add it to the ones that are already there. 10 plus 2 is 12. Remember to circle what your final number is up top because it just gets real busy up there. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. I'm going to subtract my ones. 12 minus 3 is 9. Same as I got up above. Okay, now I'm moving to the tens. 2 tens take away 7 tens. Is the bottom number bigger? Yes, it is. Do I need to ungroup to get 10 tens? Yes, I do. So my 4 hundreds becomes 3 hundreds. I'm going to bring 10 over, and I've got now 12 tens. 12 tens take away 7 tens is 5 tens. And now I'm going to move to my hundreds. 3 hundreds take away 2 hundreds is 100. So this is the short way. You can see my answers are the same. 159, 159. Okay, that's a whole lot, friends. We're going to go ahead and practice it again. One more problem is 579 minus 296. You'll see that I drew 579. I'm going to draw a line here to remind us that we are taking away. In the ones, is the bottom number bigger? Nope, it's not. I've got 9 ones, take away 6 ones. If I take away 6, I've got 3 left. Woo, do I need to ungroup to get 10 ones? No, I don't. In the tens, is the bottom number bigger? Yes, it sure is. So I'm going to take one of my hundreds, move it over, and ungroup it into 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, that one's kind of hard to see. All right, I'm going to take away 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now remember, spread it out on your scratch paper. Even mine are a little too close here. It's a little squinchy and it's kind of hard to count for sure. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8 tens left. Now I'm going to go ahead and take away 2 hundreds from 4 hundreds. And my answer is 2 hundreds. So my answer to this problem is 283. Did I need to ungroup my tens? Yes, I did. All right, friends, we are going to do the short way now. In the ones, is the bottom number bigger? No. 9 take away 6 is 3. In the tens, is the bottom number bigger? Yes. So my 500s becomes 410 ones. I'm sorry, 10 tens. I'm going to add that to the 7 and I get 17 tens. 17 tens minus 9 tens is 8 tens. And 400s minus 200s is 200s. So this answer is just like it is above with 283. All right, we're going to practice just one more. And remember when we were back in school that sometimes we've got those tricky zeros. When we've got a 0, it's a fast pass to go to the next place value. So in the ones, is the bottom number bigger? Yes. But I've got a 0, so I've got a fast pass to go all the way to the hundreds. 800s becomes 700s and 10 tens. But remember, I still need to ungroup. So my 10 tens becomes 9 tens and 10 ones. 6 plus 10 is 16. Now I can subtract. Did I have to ungroup to get 10 ones? Yes. Did I have to ungroup to get more tens? Yes. Okay, 16 take away 9 is 7. 9 take away 2 is 7. And 700s take away 300s is 400s. Now, friends, this is a hefty lesson. So what we're going to do, it's Monday. Today, if you need help, so watch the video like you're doing. If you need extra help, there's an optional Zoom meeting that I'm going to be on at 11:30 today, just for math help. So if this is confusing and you're kind of scratching your head going, I kind of remember this, but I don't remember all of it, then go ahead and join me at 11:30 today. Make sure you have a scratch paper and pencil so that we can work through some more together. And that won't be a video, that will be live teaching and probably with a smaller group than our regular class. Okay, friends. Otherwise, if you do get it, head on over to Lesson 611 on Think Central and give it a go. If it's confusing, see you at 11:30 today on Zoom. Bye, friends.